Hello there. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you a couple just pointers about the website Groove Pizza, which is a really cool virtual drum machine that all you need to do is just go to the website and then you're rocking. It's a drum machine just like these drum machines behind me. I'll do a little lesson about the equipment behind me on a different day. But yeah, so all you need to play around with this drum machine is to go to the website. I'm going to share my screen and should be shared now. Cool. So I'm at this website called Groove Pizza, and I'm going to go full screen so that that's all that we see. All right, cool. All right, so here is what the web page looks like. And this is the default drum pattern. So when you open the website, it should be set to this one. And you should be able to hear the sound from my computer, but it's not going to sound perfect. And sometimes it like drops the sound a little bit, but I think it will be fine for you to just kind of learn how to do this. So I'm going to hit play. And you can hear the pre-made drum pattern. And we see the drum pattern in two different places. We see it up here in the pizza shape, right? And we also see it down here in this kind of gridded out rectangle. So I'm gonna pause it now. All right, so we have 16 slices of this pizza. And these 16 slices actually represent 16th notes or ticka-tickas. So there are 4 sets of ticka-ticka. So if I go on this bottom line, ticka, 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 ticka. So there are actually 4 beats. So this is just a measure of 4/4 time that we see here. So if I want to just hear, now there's also 3 different levels of drums. So this is your kick drum sound, this is your snare drum sound, and this is your hi-hat cymbal sound, okay? So we have 3 sounds to play with here. If I want to change my shape, notice that when I take things out, it actually changes the shape on the pizza, right? So now all we see are 2 bass drum beats right there. And so that happens on beat 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and. So that's the and of 4. So on 1 and the and of 4. So if I want to have just a steady beat, I'm going to be on 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Okay, and now I see kind of a pentagon shape there, but I want just a square. All right, so notice that I'm making shapes up here as well as gridding out my pattern down here. Let's hear what that sounds like. Notice also that as this pattern happens, the beat 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this version of it, it travels around the circle that way, okay? All right, and then we see that pattern happening down here too. Good. So just a couple things to show you. Over here, I can adjust my volume. I can adjust the BPM. That means the beats per minute. So here's my tempo. And then swing, that can actually add a swing to the beat. So it just makes it sound a little more bouncy. I'll do an example of that later. Okay, so now, let's see. I want to do bass, kick, or sorry, I say kick drum or bass drum means the same thing. So I'm going to do kick, snare, kick, snare. I'm going to take out this kick drum, put a snare there, and I'm going to take this one out and put a snare there. So now I kind of have an interesting shape. Kind of looks like a T. There we go. All right, so now I'm kind of having a pretty straightforward drum beat. And I want to have, I'm going to put a hi-hat on the and. So it's going to go 1 E and. So on the and is going to be the 3rd dot of each group. So 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. Okay, so now I have a square that represents the hi-hats. And notice that it shows me the picture of my shape down here. So I think you can build up to 4 measures in this. So let's hear what this sounds like. There we go. Sounds pretty good. All right. Now, of course, I'm kind of thinking about this pretty musically, but you can also just kind of have fun and click in some random bass drums. Ooh, and I did a random snare there. I think I'll add another random bass drum. I don't know, just picking stuff up. I think I'll do a bass drum there, and I don't know. Let's see, nothing's happening here, so I'll do one there. Let's hear what it sounds like. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So that was just random, and it sounds pretty cool. All right, so a couple more things I want to show you. If I click on this, this doesn't fill in the shapes. I personally like to see them filled in like that, so I think that's kind of cool to leave that there. Also down here, what happens when I click that? Does anyone notice what happened here? I'm actually measuring all my angles. So this is kind of a fun little geometry tie-in too, that you can make shapes and see what the angles that you made are. So that's kind of fun. Now, let's turn on that swing and see if you can hear the bouncy element of it. So swing's at zero right now. But if I crank it, hear how it kind of made it a little more skippy and bouncy. So that's what you call swinging the beat. So I'm going to turn it down, and you can play around with that. Oh, it likes to stay on sometimes. Doing that thing. There we go. All right. So that's kind of the basics of this. I wanted to show you up here. These are just pre-made beats, and they are all kind of from famous songs or famous styles like Billie Jean. I bet you'll remember that one. This one is Chameleon. It's the drum beat for a famous jazz kind of funk song by Herbie Hancock, and that song is called Chameleon. There's the drum beat for that. So if you check out that song, you'll hear that drum beat. I'm not going to play you Rock You. I'll let you figure out what that is. And trap is just kind of a style of music, so it's just a drum beat style. This one's interesting. Notice that they actually changed. There's only 12 slices in this one. So what time signature do you think that's in? I'll let you think about that. And you can change how many slices are in here by playing with this slider here. Okay, so that's that. The shapes, that's just like if you know you want to draw in a pentagon here, you can just drop that in, triangle there. So that just lets you drop in certain, kind of interesting one. So you can just kind of drop in things. Oh, also you can click on the drum kit and there's 5 different drum kits to play with. So this is kind of like the GarageBand sequencing that we've done a little bit, but you have to think about this one a little bit more. So I'm going to go back to 16 slices though, and drop in an octagon. Boom. Let's hear it. Interesting. All right, and then there is a share option. So if you make something you really like, I wouldn't mess with any of this stuff, but the way that I like to share is just this link down here. It's a lot like Chrome Music Lab. You can just save the link, and that's it will load your song. So you can just share that link. So if you make something you're really proud of and you want to share it with someone, me or anyone, just share the link. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so that should get you going with Groove Pizza. Excuse me, 2nd and 3rd graders were playing around with this a couple weeks ago. And I thought that you all would like to try it too, because, you know, I have fun playing with this. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the Chameleon drum beat. It's a good one. All right, so that's it. Have fun with Groove Pizza, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.